What's up, Louis? It's Guys here. I hope you are doing great. So if you're anything like me and love investing, this video is definitely for you. If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. There's a whole playlist about investing, and I'm 100% sure that you will learn at least one new thing. In this video, I'm going to cover some mistakes that beginner investors make when starting out and compare them to what the pros are doing. Believe me, I made a lot of these mistakes. My intention is not to criticize or to look down on beginner investors, but instead to uplift them and to point them in the right direction. And with that said, I'm going to jump straight into the video. Today I have a notepad with me because I keep forgetting these points. The first point that I wanted to touch on is that beginner investors or noobs gamble and speculate. This means that they will buy a company just because a oom or a tannie at a braai mentioned that stock to them and said that it is supposed to explode one of these days. They will simply buy a stock just because someone mentioned it to them. This is called gambling or speculating. Pros, on the other hand, will do the necessary research. They will make sure that they understand the company, how they generate money, how much money they generate, and they will understand the nature of the business. This is by doing the necessary fundamental analysis and even doing some technical analysis too. From there, they will invest in this company and not just speculate. The next thing that I wanted to cover is that noobs and beginners will buy easy and they will sell easy. Again, this forms part of the first point that I mentioned. They will easily buy a stock just because they read an article about it or someone mentioned it to them. They will simply jump on the opportunity because they are afraid that they will miss out if they don't buy that specific stock. On the other hand, if they see that the stock is not performing well, maybe it's down 10%, they will easily sell this stock and rather take their losses. This isn't necessarily smart because pros, on the other hand, will buy hard and sell hard. This means that they will take a lot of time before they invest in a company, or they will take a lot of time before they sell that company. Often it's harder to determine when is the best time to sell a company than it is to actually buy this company. And that's the difference between a noob and a pro. A pro will take a very long time before they invest in a stock, and they will take a very long time before they sell that stock. Next, and this is one that I am guilty of when I started, noobs and beginner investors think that investing is easy. Most of the time, and this is quite sad, people that wants to invest to get rich are people that don't really have disposable income. They are struggling to save up and they can't really survive with their current salary. This is really sad, but it is very true. This means people think that investing is easy. It's a get rich quick scheme. I can invest some of my money and suddenly become rich and I don't have any money problems anymore. But pro investors, on the other hand, understand the fundamentals of investing while keeping the investment model simple and easy. Investing doesn't have to be hard, and it's definitely not very exciting, but if you know the fundamentals, you will be able to get really good returns. But there's a difference between thinking it's easy and keeping things simple. Pros keep things simple, but they know that it's not easy. With that said, it's important to focus on the fundamentals. These are basically the fundamentals of investing is understanding financial statements. It's literally that simple. One thing that I wanted to add on is that pros use tools to make their investment models easier. I like using platforms like Seeking Alpha, and I'm excited to share with you guys that if you use my sign up link, I'll link it down in the description, you can get a massive $50 discount or a 7-day free trial. Normally you have to sign up and pay before you can get a free trial. So if you use my link, you can actually get a free trial. And if you like the platform, buy it. because you have to invest in yourself. With that said, if you don't like, don't buy it. If you like it, buy it. If you subscribe to this platform, I promise you that you will improve as an investor. Believe me, this has helped me out tremendously. Next, and this is something that I see all the time, is that beginners and noobs listen to news and noise. You've probably seen these news articles showing that the rand is crashing, South Africa is crashing, USA is crashing, or the dollar is crashing, and the market is going to crash and lose 50%. There's all of this noise out there, and sometimes it's difficult to differentiate between what's actually real and what is false. The difference between a pro and a noob is that a noob will react on this news and they will listen to this news and they can't determine whether it's true or false. Pro investors, on the other hand, just accept it for what it is and they don't try to predict the market. Even the most successful investors in the world can't predict the market. You can't even predict what's going to happen tomorrow. So rather focus on the fundamentals and stay away from the noise. And most importantly, don't react on the noise. This is the difference between a pro and a noob. Another point that I wanted to touch on is that beginner investors like buying cheap stocks. Cheap stocks is cheap for a reason, and when I started, it seems very possible to grow a stock from 1 rand to 10 rand. Whereas with bigger stocks, it seems impossible to grow it from 100 rand to 1,000 rand. That's like a mental challenge that we face when it comes to investing. Beginner investors will rather buy a cheap stock that is a very, very low or below average company, but they think that they can make massive returns just because of the stock price that's low. Pros, on the other hand, will rather buy great companies at a fair price instead of buying average or below average companies at a low price. Just try to focus on what I'm saying, because it's important to buy quality businesses over quantities. Meaning it doesn't help you buy all of these. You have 10,000 shares in this one company, but they're not generating any profit or any cash flow. I'll rather own one share of a great company that I'm confident will make a lot of money going forward. That's important to focus on. Again, buy valuable stocks and don't buy cheap stock. The last thing that I wanted to touch on is that beginner or noob investors invest their savings and pros invest disposable income. There's a big difference between savings and disposable income. Savings are meant for emergencies and for emergencies only, and disposable income above savings are meant for investments. With that said, guys, feel free to let me know if there's something that you want to add onto this video. Leave a comment down below. Maybe I missed something. I hope that you can learn and improve yourself when watching this video. And with that said, I'll see you in the next one.